I was doom scrolling again after working today. I'm bad at winding down. It's been like 4 hours since I actually stopped doing work, but something wasn't working correctly, and me and my friend were trying to hash it out, and just the program that we're using to make the game keeps acting up and not making things more trouble than they should be, which is sort of frustrating. But I'm here to tackle the Thunder Plains, or Thunder Plateau. I have a feeling it's just gonna... Oh, no, it looks like it's gonna be sunny. It's supposed to be sunny. Looking at the interactive map, there is not a lot of game left. It's really quite astounding, actually, how little... Well, okay, I say not a lot of game left. Not a lot of not a lot of Korok seed gathering left, which for us is a lot of game. Now this is going to be a pretty sizable part because there's going to be a lot of ravine things too, but we're just going to start here and work our way forward this way. There's only like 4 shrines to get to. Gotta make sure I don't mix up Korok seeds with ones that are technically Hyrule Field, because that'll be the last thing we do before we go, basically finish the game up, right? Because I think we're gonna do Thunder Plains, Gerudo Desert, going straight to the Divine Beast, finish Gerudo Desert and the Gerudo Canyons, and then we will do the DLC, and then we'll finish up, I think. Finish up with Hyrule Field. Which we've explored here and there, but not in its entirety. You know what? Where actually is the, where actually is this tower? I'm actually not sure. Yeah, I was doom scrolling. I was doom scrolling an odd combination of watching somebody play Persona 4 and watching clips of the Western film Hostiles, not to be confused with... Or Hostiles, I'm sorry. Not to be confused with Hostel, which is a very, very different kind of movie that I have not seen and do not want to. Finishing that Mountain Dew Fruit Quake that I started drinking yesterday. I always start drinking these things super late, and I wonder why I never finish them. Granted, this is actually a bottle. I've been drinking at most cans for the most part. Just a little bit too much sugar intake, you know? A lot of hardy radishes, which is cool. I was going to before this episode, or before I started recording, I was gonna go around to all the stables, all the shops and stuff, and try to stock up on arrows. They're still picked clean. I have bought all of the arrows in Hyrule, it feels like. Beetle doesn't have any arrows. He doesn't have any arrows at a stable that I haven't been to in like 30 hours of gameplay. So You know, it's a little concerning. But, you know, we're trekking along, we're making the most of it. Now, I know the main reason to come to this area is the Thunder Plains, right? I don't know what there is to do there. I just know it's a thing. I'm kind of surprised we haven't ran into, like, anything, though, as of yet. Yeah, I catch myself watching people play through Mountain Crow. Oh. Play through Persona 4 again. That's a game I watched the original version of that game be played. I was my RE4 instincts were kicking in. I was about to try to kill those crows to get treasure. Anyways, yeah, I watched a playthrough of the original version of Persona 4 back when I was like, this is like earlier days of YouTube because I was in elementary school. Earlier days of YouTube when people didn't even talk while doing gameplay. There were still some people like that. Oh, that's water. Oh, that's the sun reflecting on the water. I was like, what? I was like, why is there lava in the middle of here? Huh. No, I don't really need that. A lot of crows in this region, which is odd. Oh. Yeah, it's a game, I have very fond memories of it. It's very, I really like it. I really love all the characters and stuff like that. Is it a perfect game? No. I look back on it, you know, there's writing stuff that, of course, could be better. There's some, I watched Joseph Anderson play through the game for the first time at one point. And I do agree with his main point when it came to the arcs for characters. His main point being like, okay, so a lot of the characters' arcs seem to be, you know what, I didn't want to do this thing or be this thing, but now I want to be that thing for the right reasons. And that was like the running joke for the whole playthrough. And I agree. I think it's just kind of what the game's about. The whole game takes place in like the small town setting, right? It's a bunch of people who grow up and live in a small town. And so kind of the vibe is like a lot of people either resent the people they grew up with, the family they have, the town they were born in, the situation they were born in. And to me, I kind of read a lot of the situations as just like the game's generally just about, oh, this is Satori Mountain. Right. Oh, you know, it's nighttime too. The mountain's still not glowing, is it? It's funny, it was glowing all the time, and then every time we've been here since, no glowing at all. Very strange. Well, maybe this will at least give me a vantage point. To me, the game and its characters' stories are kind of just centering around the idea that, like, hey, and I don't think it's a bad idea, this idea that of being happy with what you have, or learning to be happy with what you have in front of you, instead of only ever being disappointed by it, you know? Because here's the thing, if your life is bad, or if things aren't going how you want them to, of course make a change, you know? It's okay to want things to change, and it's okay to push for a change. You don't have to stay stagnant your whole life. But I do think... Oh, no. Oh! But I do think that, that people tend to sort of constantly be dissatisfied with the lives that they were given, with the good things in their lives that they were given. And from that tend to take things for granted. What the crud? Oh, that has to be a shrine spot for Cass, right? Whoops. No, I'm not calling Beulah, that's for sure. Oh, is that where the thing is? Oh, these are the Thunder Plains, yeah. Do I have weapons I can put to a loadout? No, everything's metal. Well, here we go. Yeah, so I don't think it's a bad message to sort of point out that, like, hey, you know, acknowledge and be happy with where you are right now. Well, you have to be, you have to learn to be happy with where you are before you can move on to better things. Because here's the thing, here's another thing as well. If you can't find the good things, find and acknowledge the good things in your life, well, sometimes those things that you want to be better or wish were better, sometimes they don't happen, you know? So, not to say you have to settle for the worst. This is, of course, going for, like, if you're... this is more... Oh, just some ghouls? Oh, I got a chest in there. This is just mainly, goes for, like, if your life is actually pretty freaking good. Because I think there are definitely cases where people's lives are actually really good, and then they, and they really take that for granted, you know? I don't think this will one-shot him. I would be wrong. There must be some sort of multiplier, maybe. There's no silver ones, so I don't really feel like fighting these guys. I'll take that. Move on to... I've got my night speed moves up when I wear this. But worn in a while. Oh. Trying to shield surf and wondering why it doesn't happen. It's not working. Moving this way. Durashrooms? Those seem kind of rare, right? Maybe not. The shield's finally breaking. I've been surfing on it for a long time. If you get the right slopes and stuff, it's like a much more efficient way of moving. What am I looking at? What am I looking at over here? Are those more Zonai ruins? Interesting. Thunder Plains, Farron region, two areas that have no narrative significance. Both might have Zonai stuff in them? That seems a little too coincidental, given the next game that's coming soon. Whoa. Oh, those things are going out of the bottom. It's a cool looking spot, though. Alright, let's see here. We got white ones, but ones that are swimming in the water, which means be kind of awful to This is awful. Everything has lightning weapons. Alright, let's just get the heck out of here. Nope, it's alright. Everybody just, is that guy doing some weird wand stuff? Oh, that guy has, oh, there's actually electricless alphos. I forgot about those ones. We never ever, this might be the only spot in the game where they are. Oh, they might be in the Gerudo Desert, because the Gerudo Desert's kind of main element is thunder. Hey, buddy. Brandley. It's quite high. If only I was a bird man. Boo. What? Where did you come from? Don't scare me like that. How did you get up here? Though I suppose you could ask me the same question. You see, I've dedicated my life to the study of birdmen. Their flight mechanics fascinate me. Given their weight, it should be physically impossible for them to fly with wings of their size. I just don't get it. Well, bees are technically not made for flying either, right? But then they still manage to do it, so I don't know, man. It's just nature and life, my dude. I was standing on the ground watching the skies when suddenly this tower erupted beneath my feet. I've been stuck up here with no way to get down. But my misfortune, it's a blessing in disguise. You see, this tower is the perfect place to observe birdmen in their natural habitat. Oh my. Now you've climbed up here, how will you get down without falling? I suppose you're stuck here too. Well, I'll just fly down. What? You can fly? You can fly like a bird, man. Is that true? I thought it impossible for a alien to fly like a bird, man. They're called Ritos? They're people? If you're talking about who I think you're talking about, those are just people, dude. Come on now. It's more like gliding then? Still a step in the right direction. If I can analyze your glide distance and trajectory, it might help us understand the science of birdman flight. Then maybe one day I'll finally realize my dream of becoming a bird. Would you mind participating in a short research study? I want to see how far you can glide. You'll be compensated for your time and travel depending on how far you fly. How about it? I'll glide for you. Marvelous. Our findings today may prove to be the cornerstone of birdman research for generations to come. However, you are merely gliding, not flying. Make this rather dangerous research project. As such, a liability fee, 20 rupees, will be necessary to proceed, you know, in case I have to file an incident report. I knew he was going to take my money. Alright, landing elevation, wind direction, stamina usage. Keep all these in mind as you consider the farthest destination you can reach by gliding. If you're ready, let's take the skies. Birdman research study, go. Well, I appreciate the upbeat music. I mean, this is all I really have to do. So, I've got max stamina, so I should be able to... I mean, I could even eat more, right? Like... I'm not even past the first bar. I got yellow stamina, too. What if I just ate for, like, 20... What if I just, like, chomped down on 20 meal? The only thing that's gonna stop me is touching the ground eventually. Just gonna drink some of this Mountain Dew, I guess. It doesn't really matter if Mountain Dew gets flat. Mountain Dew is just a concoction entirely of its own. Go as far as possible. We'll pick at 800? Nice. Please poof me back. I haven't gotten the teleportation thing up there yet. Marvelous, what a breathtaking flight. I never dreamed a Helion could fly 825 meters. Your methods may have been unconventional. I didn't see you flap your arms once, but they were effective. The field of Birdman research will benefit greatly from this data. You deserve heavy compensation for your stellar efforts. Please take this. Ah, cool. Lay down again. Nah, I'm done with that. Okay, but please come back soon. It's very boring up here. Do you know how to climb, my dude? Let's see, we got like 200 something? Maybe almost exactly 200 something, 230 something maybe? Korok seeds to get? Still the month of March as of recording this, right? Oh, it's literally the last day of March, I think. Oh, I can see the Temple of Time in the background. Oh, man, it's been a long time. That's when I was moving through this game at a snail's pace, but the longer you play, the easier it is to just kind of quickly move through it. After this playthrough, I don't know when I'm ever going to play this game again, honestly. Not that I wouldn't want to, you know? Just that there's a canyon. The canyon I flew over was called the Breach of Demise. What the heck? Okay, that's upsetting. Let's see here. I'll go over there and check that out, the ruins. Thundra Plateau. But keeping in tradition, gotta get some goods along the way. Some Korok seed over here. One that starts over here. And one like right here. Okay. Be interesting to see some stuff having to do with going underwater, but I mean between the sky and the caves, the sky and the underground, I don't know how much extra levels of types of depths and heights that they want to deal with for the next game, huh? Oh, this one's easy. Just drop here really quick. This is called Ludfo's Bog. Don't know what Ludfo would be in reference to, but doesn't seem like that's not a name I really remember from or recall from anything. Can you climb these? You can. Okay, good. That's very cool. Although that didn't really help me. Says there's one that starts here. Is it maybe on top of this one instead? Can I climb this one? This one seems a little steeper, you know? Oh my gosh. I mean, rock climbers can actually manage that kind of climbing at those angles. It just seems a little intense. Oh. That's kind of funny. Skipping from one to the other. Maybe these things are here so when it thunders I can like protect myself, maybe? Oh, I have some sort of protection? There aren't things shaped like this in real life, right? I only ever see things like rock formations like this in games, but I'm also not well versed in things out in the world, so I couldn't really say for sure. I've been watching this one streamer / YouTuber, Joseph Anderson. Piece sake, had to start raining. There we go. Been watching him play a game called 13 Sentinels. It's a game I've been hearing people talk about, but it's like, I hate to just say it's like anime-esque, but it is, as far as like the storytelling, the style of storytelling, the presentation, what kind of story it's telling, you know, it is very much in that vein. I think that's fair enough to say. But like, I don't know, I heard people say cool things about it, but then I also heard there's like some weird stuff in it with certain characters, some weird stuff at the end, so that made me like, I don't think I'd be interested in it. But then I saw he started like, because he lets his chat freaking talk him into playing anything. He started playing it, and I was watching him play it, and then, like, everybody in... Oh. Oh, is this actually a challenge? You've reached the Isle of Thunder. When the 4 spirits have been settled in the proper places, they will guide you to the hero's land. Okay. Oh, the underside of these ones don't have, don't get wet though. That's cool. Right. Sure. I don't have any weapons that can save me, huh? It would be cool if this wouldn't. I mean, like, maybe it could attract lightning, but it could act as, like, a neutralizer. That'd be cool, but couldn't be me. So when the spiritual stones are in its place? I didn't expect to have a special shrine quest over here. I knew there was a shrine over here, but I don't remember this quest. But yeah, but then the longer he was playing, the more me and everybody else in his chat were like getting actually engrossed into the game and the narrative and its characters and stuff. But see, whereas I would probably stay invested all the way to the end, he always seems to he always feels like these very anime-styled, I would just say Japanese-styled games, really, rather than just saying anime as like a blanket term. Just like Japanese-styled games. I think that's fair to say. That you know, in Japan has their own way of telling stories and like prioritizing different things in stories and whatnot. And there's definitely some like people like you know, there's like what we would consider to be like the anime-isms of like, oh yeah, that's, oh, if you've watched or like taken in Japanese media for a while, you probably wouldn't bat an eye at most things, but like other people would probably be like, I hesitate to call, I'm even hesitating to call something referring to RPGs from Japan as JRPGs, because it's kind of hard not to think of them that way. But I remember somebody, was it one of the directors or one of the people who was working on Final Fantasy VII? When being interviewed, oh, that's a lucky find. When being interviewed about it, or Final Fantasy 16 rather, when being interviewed about it, upon hearing the interviewer referring it to like, or JRPG, like, oh, can we expect to see some like of the like classic JRPG mechanics and whatnot? The director was like, yeah, so like, you know, when we set out to make a game, whether it's an RPG or not, we don't set like an RPG. We don't set out to make a JRPG. We're just making RPGs. We kind of like, and he said, I kind of feel like JRPG is kind of a almost like I think he said like a dirty word almost. Which kind of made me sit and think about it, and it's like, well, yeah, I guess, you know, if you're a Japanese studio and you just want to make something that you think is, you just want to make a certain thing, right? You wouldn't want to feel like, what the good? It would suck to feel like everybody is going to expect something of you, you know? Like, you're just making a thing, right? And everybody's gonna be like, oh yes, you know, it's just another JRPG, you know, it's just another RPG coming out of Japan, so it has all the things you'd come to expect. And it's like, oh, well, I wasn't like, you know, I wasn't trying to make it like any certain type of way. I was just making a game. But you know, I mean, people come up with these terms because it's just easier to talk about things sometimes. Because, you know, it's like, same thing goes with, like, if, I mean, it's very easy to, like, sort of label a Western RPG as a Western RPG, and when you say that, you kind of understand what to expect from that, right? Like, that comes with certain expectations. Because, you know, you're gonna think about, like, your Fallouts or your Fallouts or your Skyrims or, you know, the more, how would you say, more, I almost want to say dry, but, you know, more sim-like, I think, right? The more sim like in nature, there's more the role playing part is what the West seems to focus on. It's like, oh, you get to be this guy, whereas in a JRPG, well, you get to be whoa, okay, let's chill out. It's like you get to watch a story unfold with other characters. It's like it's a story with characters who are doing things, and that's sort of the big difference, I would say, without diving too deep into too many other specifics like mechanics or anything like that. In the West, we like to feel like we have made our own character who has imposed themselves into the world. It's actually, and me personally, I'm not much for that, honestly. I like to be guided along in an experience. I like to be told a story. Where did it? Oh, criminy, where did it go? It just evaporated it. What the heck? Is this just what this is? Just like get the balls over here? Two of them are exactly where they need to be anyways. Where did this one go? Oh, there it is. Jeez, that's crazy. This is an interesting little puzzle. I'm surprised they didn't spread these out a little more, though. Probably gonna have to take it over here. Don't get these ones very often. I don't get electric downers very often either. Watch, I probably have 30 of both of these. Just haven't been paying attention. Oh, Cork. Did I just get you, buddy? Or have I been here before? I recognize these things. I'm so excited for Koroks being one of the things, one of the quick, like, blink and you'll miss it details for Tears of the Kingdom was that there was a Korok and he was wearing a big backpack and talking about how he needed to go find his friend, and he fell over because his backpack was too big for him. And I'm super, super happy and excited that that Koroks are going to just be like normal NPCs out in the world. There are like NPC Koroks in this game. Yeah, you thought game? You thought you were gonna get me. That didn't work. But like otherwise, unless you're in the Lost Woods, there are no Korok NPCs. None of the Koroks that you get Korok seeds, but all that does is give you you know, but they don't have names, they don't have tasks, they don't have their own personal journey they're going on like all the other characters that you meet out in the world. Nice. Oh, got some air on that one. That's just what I needed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Please. There we go. You can climb up at least like 5 or 6 times before. Before it's maybe too much. You actually have to kind of place these ones in. Oh, whoops, wrong button. Yeah, these are unique orbs too. If you notice, these aren't the normal shrine orbs. And obviously, these don't really look like normal shrine ruins either, though. These are for sure Zonai ruins. Which is interesting because we're doing a shrine quest for a shrine that's built into what appears to be Zonai ruins. Which begs the question, what is the relation, if any, between the Zonai and the Sheikah? I mean, they have, as far as their technology is at least of a similar caliber, that's for sure. Because we're talking about ancient Sheikah monks who made like the guardians and things like that. Now, I would argue that well, actually, we have yet to see. We have yet to see. We have yet to see who is more advanced, or if they're exactly the same. Or if they have about the same sort of technological standings as each other. Because like the Zonai constructs that Link sees, that was shown off in the gameplay showcase for Tears of the Kingdom, they're definitely very different than the. They're like running off of some sort of energy that oh. They're running off of some sort of green energy that's like that holds them together, which is very unlike the Sheikah. The Sheikah ones are more like actual drones or robots. They're fully like all their limbs and body parts are fully connected to each other, and they're held together with like gears and wires and springs and screws and stuff, right? And like they have a power core. There's like an essence of like magical technological energy to them. But not like the Zonai constructs. The Zonai constructs, they also have cores in pieces but the pieces aren't being held together with like metal and wiring and machinery. The pieces are being held together with like just some sort of that green energy that you see in all of the teasers and stuff. Wait, what? I have to do a shrine quest still too? What says foot in the shrine? I am To Yasa. Well, hey To, buried secrets. What the heck, To? Why are you making me do a quest? I just did the thing. You're weird for that, To. You're weird for that one. Probably messing everything up. Oh. Maybe not. Okay, so needed to do that. Oh. Okay, big metal block. That's something. That's good. Oh, I can just knock this off, right? I was about to say, oh, how am I gonna get up here? I'm not. Oh. Oh. Jeepers. Okay. Opal. Cool. I might be... Oh, nice. Yeah, screw you, game. How about that? Ow. There we go. Okay, To, that wasn't too bad, but still, what the heck, man? Did I not do enough cool stuff for you already? Just by being the boy? Yeah, yeah. Oh. Almost have enough for 2 more upgrades. That'll be cool. Are there really enough shrines left to net me that many hearts? Well, I also got a heart from the last divine beast. Okay, so -1. I still need like... I'm about to get 2 more. And then the third one's gonna be free, so I'll still need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7, 8, 9. 8 or 9 left. Which is like still quite a bit. That's 9 hearts. 9 hearts times 9 hearts times like freaking 16 times 16. No, times 4. That seems like a lot still, you know, that still seems like quite a bit. I don't know. So if I zoom out on the interactive map all the way, That's a lot of shrines. It looks like a lot of shrines still. Minus the ones that are technically, that are DLC, that we will not be hitting up yet. Actually, this one down here first. Might as well get this one because it's at the bottom of here. No, it's okay, guys. That's okay. No, you're very cool. Everybody's very impressed. Okay, well now we're just sort of... Now we're just sort of trolling around, right? Because, like... This seemed like the big focus point thing for the area. Yeah, you better run away. I'm definitely hoping for more unique more unique enemies for the next game, because like I get that I've obviously been going very thorough in this game, but criminy, I mean, we've been fighting the same 3 enemies I feel like all game. Oh, stanced up. Let's go, Link. Can it please just stop raining now? I would really appreciate it. Oh, there we go. Okay. Well, I listened to a bit of JPEG Mafia and Danny Brown's new album. It's pretty freaking good, the stuff I heard so far. I think the album's called, I mean, there's a song on it called it too, but I think the album's called Scaring the Hoes, which is it's just a wild name, but I kind of love it. It's super funny. And concerning at the same time. It's more like I'm laughing out of slight genuine fear. Yeah, that's what I thought. Notice they don't drop eyes. They don't want to give you that many eyes, even though eyes don't do anything in this game. Like honestly though, I don't even know what are the point. What's the point of rare monster parts? They don't do anything. They don't have a purpose. I get there's like upgrading gear and stuff. I understand that much. Oh, I actually bumped into this guy. Oh. Oh, that's alright, guys. You just continue to exist. I like the chew jellies in this game. I kind of miss the chew jellies from Wind Waker, though. I really like Twilight Princess. Twilight Princess's chew jellies too, though, right? Because like, just being real, like featureless, featureless, like very classic fantasy blob monsters, like the gelatinous cube from D&D. Time to break this shield and eat dirt on the way down a hill. Definitely want more of these so I can just make full healing items, like full restore healing items. Found a lot of holy radishes, jeez. What? Told you. And replaced. Oh, I see. It's this one. Because you're different. You hear me, tree? This mountain was called Lindor's Brow. Well, it reminds me of Lindor's chocolate, and now I just want something sweet. Something sweet beyond that of just... Oh, I was about to say, is that a Lionel? No, it's just some horses. This would be the spot to put a big monster encounter, but it's just not, though. It's just not what they did. Mm-hmm. Okay. Climb back up. Ah, okay. And then one more down here. Oh, there's something on that wall too. Probably nothing special. Maybe that's where Quark was. Oh, gotta go all the way down here. No, no, Link. Bad Link. Okay, now I shouldn't get the ones that are actually down in here yet, because that'll be a lot of going up and down. So next three are very... Oh, foot race check-in. Oh, the foot race. We did this one. It was incredibly easy. It would only be easier now, because now we have even more... Oh, Mount Roam. Oh, after King Roam. Oh, he's actually... That's a character just from this game. Straight up. Okay, got these three. I gotta climb up, though, and, like, walk all the way over there, though. So, I will see you in a moment. Okay. We got... Oh! Let's chill out, Link. Yeah, here's the reason why you want 1,000,000 arrows at all times. You need them for Korok seeds constantly, which is also how we end up going through so many, a lot. That in combat, mainly combat, but still. Hey, Buster. I'm just gonna come up through here. Yeah, I mean, you can just skip all this, the entire main path here. Just in its entirety. When you do the foot race against that guy. Actually, we weren't up here very often, like for very long though. Which makes me wonder if there's anything else. I don't think there is. Very rare to be able to see the bottom of bodies of water, that's for sure. The bodies of water that scare me are the bottomless ones that have just like those weird flowers growing out from the bottom of them. I think what the next game needs is, instead of just shrines, it needs something like the caves, the catacombs, and mine shafts that Elden Ring has. I think would be a really big step up as far as like, because like in Elden Ring's case, they are pretty repetitive. They're generally the same thing every time. But they like the combinations of enemies, the combinations of traps, the layouts and stuff like that, giving a lot of them have their own like sort of unique gimmick going on. A lot more of that kind of stuff, I think. Even if you have to make even if you have to put less of that kind of stuff in, again, I think if you have to put less of that kind of stuff in the game in order to have more meaningful individual challenges and stuff like that, I'm personally okay with that. I'm here for a good time, not a long time, you know. Again, not that I don't think there's like plenty of meaningful things to do in this game, right? Just that, like, a lot of the shrines do tend to come and go pretty quickly, both, like, just how long you spend in them, and just how long they stick in your brain. Some of them are really cool, though. I've been really fond, in the moment of playing the game, I have tended to really enjoy the, I've tended to really enjoy the ones that are like mini gauntlets, because those feel like mini dungeons. Those feel kind of like wandering through the mine shafts and caves in Ocarina of Time with Twilight Princess, you know, or going to the islands that have holes in them to drop down into in Wind Waker. It feels more like you know, little tiny gauntlets, little tiny challenges, as opposed to, hey, here is a single puzzle with like 1 or 2 solutions that you can probably bypass entirely by like shooting a bomb arrow at something. I think that's like, those shrines are the best to me, because it's like, oh, because I feel like they're good for the same reasons the ones in the other games are good, you know? Why the caves in the other games are good. Must be at the top of this. Oh, I gotta get up there before it starts raining. Man, I am over weather. You know, this is why you give me an instrument that lets me control the weather when I need to, so that when I need it to rain, I can make it rain, and when I don't want it to rain anymore, it won't. Okay, here we go. Where we going? Just over there? Yeah, that's easy. Easy enough. Cool. Go do this yellow one. Whoa, what are these birds? What the heck? I've never seen these kind of guys before. Rainbow pigeon. Wow. They're super cool. I think it's kind of a problem that my first instinct was, oh, I've never seen you before. Let me kill you really quick and see what happens. Presumably they would just give me money, right? Money, I mean meat. Which in this world, meat is money. Oh. Did I spook the Hinox? I did. This is called the Sarah Scablands, which don't really know what that means or is all about. Ah. Hold the phone. We're gonna do one of these. Ow. Cool. Ooh, infinitely better. We'll gladly take that. Maybe drop this bow too? Depends on what this one is. Same thing, except untouched. So I mean, yeah, honestly, right? How about this broadsword? Same thing but untouched? Just about, yeah. Okay, yeah, I mean, that's basically how you play it, right? You just replace the ones that you have with the same thing, except with fresh durability. It's interesting listening to, oh, hold on. Did I do the wrong one? I did do the wrong one. This is this one. Both of these were balloons. That's why I ended up marking the wrong one off. I was listening to somebody, Maximilian Dude, on stream last night, talk about his experience with Breath of the Wild. I think people were asking him like, "Hey, are you interested at all in Tears of the Kingdom? Or is there anything I could do that could interest you?" Or and he. I think fairly so, was like, no, because he was like, no, because his best, he said the first day, the first couple days playing the game was amazing. Because he went straight, he said, he heard that you could go straight to the, he had heard you can go straight to the final area, the castle. And so that's what he did. And then he was like going through an old VOD, and he was going through and like showing that he made it. He did not only went to the castle, but he was fighting Lionels, he was fighting Guardians, he was fighting Taloses and Hinoxes, and then he made it all the way to the final boss, which the first stage, if you don't play the other parts of the game, the first stage of the final boss is fighting the different Blight Ganons that you fight in the Divine Beasts. You fight all of them first, and then you fight Calamity Ganon at full power. It's like it's a really incredibly hard challenge, especially, you know, if you've never played the game before. Speedrunners knock it out easy, sure. But yeah, and the thing is, he made it all the way to Calamity Ganon, and made it like halfway through his health bar on a try, on an attempt, and after that he was like, oh, okay, cool, I'm done. I'm gonna put that down. I'm gonna go play the rest of the game normally. And then he went to go do that, and he kind of realized. He pointed out, he's like, going into the castle was the most fun part of the game, and I did it first. And then when I realized that the rest of the game was not going to be like that, I just wasn't interested anymore. And I feel like that's, a lot of people have the sentiment of like, okay, but the stuff that you do in the world is not cool, it's not interesting. Now, the thing that I tout when I talk about this game is my first experience, which I mentioned moments like finding that first Lionel in the Colosseum, or yeah, finding that first Lionel in the Colosseum, going up that mountain randomly for no reason, and finding a dragon up there, you know? Finding Hudson, after like 40 plus hours of the game, finding Hudson out in Akala, because I was just, at that point, I was just filling out sections of the map, and I was like, oh my gosh, Hudson's here, I totally forgot about him. And then doing that whole quest line, you know? It's, my friend brought up a point. I had mentioned that, like, I don't think I was wrong for this sentiment, right? But I had mentioned that I was a little concerned. I was a little intimidated by what they showed for Tears of the Kingdom, because it looked like it was going to be a tall order. It was going to be oh, I see Cass over there. I was about to say, I'm like, there's no way this isn't a thing for Cass to tell me what's up. Will you just quit it, my dude? I'm taking your wing. I'm gonna cook it up for dinner. And they were like, oh, well, you know, it seems like sort of like that seems kind of like a self-sabotaging kind of idea, that you're like, oh, I don't know, like, you know, you can't play a game wrong as long as you're having fun. You didn't do anything wrong. And I'm like, okay, I'm not saying that I wouldn't have fun with it. I'm just saying, I'm concerned about not getting the full extent out of the game that I possibly could, because I kind of play lame, you know? And then, you know, once I got that point across, all my friends were like, yeah, I know, I kind of know what you mean. In certain games, they all kind of play a little lame in different regards, too. Because, I don't know if you noticed, like, if you've been watching this, something that I've noticed from playing this game again, I'm very much, and playing most games, I'm very much a direct, what is the path of least resistance? In Resident Evil 4, when I was streaming that, I didn't find out that I could suplex people until I got to the island, because I hadn't even considered. I knew I could shoot people in the leg to knock them over that way. I hadn't been doing that though, because in my brain defaults to, well, headshots are more damage. The more damage, they stagger. And in any game, headshots are always the most damage, so just shoot them in the head, right? Always. So I just defaulted to shooting them in the head. Even once I found out I could suplex people, I still just shot everybody in the head for like the whole rest of the game. I had a great time with the game still. You know, I'm not saying that ruined my experience. But there is something to say that the thing about this game that, and that my friend even brought up, was that, you know, you kind of, in games like this, in this game and other games like it, you have to make your own adventure. And that's the thing, right? This game to me promotes exploration in just the kind of way that works with my brain, which is, we're not gonna put a bunch of dots on the map. Well, I mean, yeah, but like we're not gonna litter you with like a million side quests that you don't want to do. The game makes it very clear that side quests are going to give you food and like some money, and like pitiful money too. So if you don't want to do side quests, don't do side quests, you know, unless you just want to see them be complete. And that's what this whole game does. The reward to most things in this game is having done it, you know? Is a simple act of doing. And that's kind of been Nintendo's mentality for a while now. It's like, hey, the act of playing the game should be the thing that like guides you through playing more of the game. That's why I'm still sitting here, part like 40 something, playing this game, collecting all the Korok seeds, because the act of simply being in this world, to me, being in this world and exploring it and seeing what's over the next hill and just finding the big, honestly, the big moments for me are when we find a spot that doesn't have anything in it. I find that interesting. That's almost more interesting to me than if they did throw a Hinox or a Lionel in a big empty field, or a Guardian or something like that, right? Or some ore. When I find those little spots where there's just a big field with like some horses and like some bugs, and I just get to stand there and walk through it quietly. It's the same reason why, like, Death Stranding. I played Death Stranding beginning to end. I stayed in the first area of Death Stranding thinking that I could 100% it, not knowing that the side quests just sort of refresh themselves after you completed them. I stayed in the first area of Death Stranding for the first like 15 hours of the game, just grinding out, just doing delivery quests. It was really funny, kind of ridiculous. But yeah, Tears of the Kingdom, the most intimidating part about that game for me is that the finding the fun, it's not just going to be about finding the adventure, you know, finding, like deciding what your story is, what your personal story is going to be, and finding the adventure and making the adventure yourself. Now there's going to be, you have to make there's so much more things you have to make for yourself. Are you going to be, like, do you have the capacity to make a good vehicle that makes you want to make more vehicles, that makes you want to explore more vehicles? Do you have the mind to sit there and try to figure out all the little things you can combine together and what they do? Or are you not a very creative gamer? I feel like if you're not a very creative gamer, it seems like the next Tears of the Kingdom is going to be... If you're not the person who likes to sit there, you know, think about it in terms of like a fighting game. I don't play the... I've heard that some of the joy, or the biggest joy of fighting games, is getting to sit down and lab a character and just figure out what they can do and like make up combos and figure out what moves go into what. It's why I don't play fighting games, because the sitting down and me having to myself figure something out does not appeal. It does not inherently appeal to me. That is not a natural thing for me to feel towards something. But you know what's really weird though? Sitting down and recording these videos, playing games for the first time and recording them, or just even when I'm not recording them, right? I will say recording games has sort of, in my mind, has sort of gotten me to limit test things more, because I kind of treat this recording as an exploration. And I've been having a lot of fun with like Metroid, Amori, Final Fantasy VII, even these games, just figuring out what can I do, what all can I actually do in some of these games. Or like 100% the Zelda games, because I've never done that before. And it's a very different experience to 100% any game, as opposed to just playing through it casually. And I've played through all of these casually, so, except Majora's Mask. So I was like, maybe I should have played Majora's Mask casually first, but maybe I can still do that though, you know? I can always boot that back up without a guide and see how I fare, you know? All of that, which to say that, like, I tend to just generally if I find a game that really hooks me, I will want to explore it, you know? I will want to figure things out in it. I will want to figure out the little nuanced things in it. I feel like the last game I really sat down and tried to do that myself in the past, or a game that I've tried to do that in the past is Mario games. Mario Odyssey, when it first came out, trying to figure out how to like completely maximize my jump, figure out like the cappy hat throw combination that lets you extend your jump to like double its length. And in Super Mario Sunshine, after I watched people speedrun the game for the first time, little moves like the long dives and stuff like that. Well, I just figured that out. I sat down and tried to figure out how I could do that myself with the spam spraying. Both of those things, I saw people do them, and then I sat down and tried to figure them out myself. I don't know, I guess it's just like... But I love platformers. Platformers are one of my favorite genres in general, so... That probably explains that. Hey, Cass.
Aww.
Oh. I did not hear you approach. I was lost in the song written by my late teacher. He passed away several years ago, you see. This was the last song he taught me. Oh. Excuse me. I fear I may have gotten carried away. Nostalgia will do that to a person. Well, it's okay. I know a song about this place. Would you like to hear an ancient verse passed down in this region? Absolutely. Excellent. Without further ado. Do you think the rings in the song refer to these oddly shaped rocks? And what of the shrine? There's a mystery to be uncovered here, that's for sure. And I get the feeling the truth is beyond my wildest imagination. I'm sorry, Cass. I'm messing up your dialogue. May the light illuminate your path. It's a good thing that thing's wooden. When an arrow passes through two rings. So we have to find a spot where two of these rings are lined up. Or we cheat. I don't think we could actually cheat though. So there's not really many arrow tricks from what I understand. I could be totally wrong. And then watch somebody would hear that and be like, oh, no, the speedrunners, they do the flippy dippy bundaroo. And I'm like, oh, of course, the flippy dippy bundaroo. I never thought about that. I should have tried that myself. Thanks for letting me know. Now the question is, I mean, essentially what you got to do is check these different vantage points. And see if one thing could possibly lead to something else. This is a, oh, this is where the shrine... I forgot this. I marked this for the shrine, not a cork seed. Okay. How about the other side? Definitely not. Maybe these two? Although it seems unlikely. Hey Cass, do you know about that strange lightning bolt painting, too, that I saw a little ways back? I just don't think I can do it from that angle. There were more bycasts that maybe... Is it just those two? No. A lot of these do not seem to be facing each other at all, though. Would it be these two? This is a big one. Hmm. I'm assuming I'd have to be pretty close to the first one of these in order to pass through a second one. None of these can be changed or anything, right? No. Am I dumb? Well, that's a silly question. Of course I'm dumb, but... Am I too dumb to figure this out? I don't think this is technically passing through this one, though, is the thing. What's the problem with shooting them over here? When a single arrow threads 2 rings, the shrine will enter. Oh, nice. Yeah, that one was just a perspective puzzle. That was cool though. I enjoyed that. Very nice. Let's talk to Cass first. Just to bookend this. Oh, there's a place called Sage Temple Ruins. That sounds like that would be important.
Oh.
That was stupendous. I suppose I should have expected nothing less. No doubt I shall see you again. May the light illuminate your path. What, you watching me wander about was stupendous? You see, you need a friend like Cass, who just supports you through thick and thin, no matter what. Wow, I mean, you are dense as a bag of nails, but Still, you figured it out eventually, and that's what matters. Okay. Mountain Dew and Shrine. This one's still a thing too. Sheem goes. What the crud's up with the Thunder Plains and giving me double puzzles? Moving in parallel. Wait, what? I understand. Hit me again. Oh. No. Oh. Okay. Okay. Whoops. Oops. Like this? Yeah, get in there. Yeah, screw you. There's a platform down there too. Is that just it? No, that can't be it. There's a platform down there. Clearly there's a chest over here. And a button. Nice. Heck, I could have even just dropped down and pick up the balls and put them in the thing myself. That was a 43 damage. Thunderblade? I mean, this is gonna break soon, but... rather, when it comes to elemental weapons, I'd rather just replace the ones I have with better ones. Because I'm not going to be throwing a Thunderblade, you know? Wait, what? Wait, you designed this so I would have to wait? To get the platform back? That thing activated instantly. Can I just jump off? Would I respawn? No. Alright, well. Okay, I was going to say, I'm like, hold on, the button's not going to pop back up, right? Because then I don't understand how I'm supposed to do this. Rise, ye tarnished, ye dead who yet live. Here we go. Neato. Thank you for the good puzzle, my dude. You as well. Bude. Almost 660 Korok seeds, 100 shrines, 27,000 rupees. Jeez, Pete's sake. Okay, back to Korok seeds, I suppose. Okay, let's go purple first. I should really get JJ out so I can just summon JJ with the whistle. If I need to. Cool. And then there's actually one over... over this way. Then I'm gonna get further because then after this we need to drop down into a little ravine with a lake. Oh. Well, that's a thing to deal with. I'm sorry, buddy. You know what? No, I want to pick up the rock. I want to pick up the rock. I want to pick up the... Okay. Never mind. Go on both his feet. Ooh. I was about to say, I'm like, wait for the delay. Well, it was easy as that. Yikes. What's going on here? Hold the phone. Oh. I got the one over here. I mismarked it, I guess. Yeah, it was this one. Oh. In that case, this one then. Come on, Link. Oh. Oh, dang, there was a ring all the way out here. Huh. Jeez. That was very challenging. I used everything in my power to solve that one. Okay, well, let's move towards this sage. These sage ruins over here. See what we get. Because those sound kind of interesting. Ugh, for Pete's sake. Full wheel of stamina, just to climb a tree. What the crud? Pete's sake. Is it something beneath the spot? Doesn't seem to be, and now it's raining. Which means harder for me to get back up. Just gotta keep finding spots like this. Oh, there we go. Oh, there it is. Didn't look up. Neat. Okay. What do we got? Another metal cube one. Oh. There we go. Okay, now what are these things all about? What do we got over here? Actually deep enough water to need a raft to swim. The Lizalfos, which is disappointing. I hate Lizalfos in this game. Which is crazy, because I actually really enjoyed them, like encountering them in Twilight Princess. And in Skyward Sword as well, actually. It's crazy how much Skyward Sword just does not come into my mind for discussion. when I think of comparisons to draw to other games while playing this one. Thank you kindly. Another thing like that. It's not great. Is this all this is? Gosh dang it. Let's use this up. Aw, wrong freaking combination of things. he got to have a thing off on me? Because Link was standing inside of him and missed. In what universe? There we go. Do you also have what I want? You don't got the durability up though. I'd rather have the durability up. Because I mean, I'm gonna use this bow a bunch. Cool. Nothing in them? Was something called the Sage Temple Ruins. I was expecting there to be something a little more. You would think this would be of importance from like a... I mean, they're ruins for a temple for sages, right? There'd be maybe important items or lore, a quest, maybe something else. No. Huh? Okay. It's just a little enemy encampment, I guess. In that case, oh, I just need to get the Korok seeds still, though. Oh, there it is. That's funny. It's right there. It's so silly. Thanks, bud. Okay, now we're gonna keep going down through here, I suppose. Mount Daphne's? I've been to Mount Daphne's? I must have been. Yeah, I recognize Ancient Tree Stump. Because there was an episode where we were just wandering around aimlessly for a little bit, just for kicks and giggles, right? Yeah, I think the surrounding area from the Ancient Tree Stump had like malice and stuff around it too, right? Oh, you know, I didn't mark. Yes, I did. Was that where I fought the Hinox? This is a Hinox here. Did I mark down that Hinox we just fought? I mean, it doesn't really matter if I did or not. Oh, you know what? I always forget. Oh. They're hiding them from me. They're hiding them behind trees. A lot of beetles around. And yet no beetle around. Man, hitting up the Gerudo Desert will be good just because more chances to find stables, more chances to find beetle, and more chances to find shops that have arrows. Because look at us, only 83 normal arrows. The pain. It's palpable. Oh, another one of these? Oh, I killed a fish with the rock. I mean, with this cube. Oh no, all the humanity. No? How about this one? Not like that. I've been tasked with, for me and my friend's game, to replace the free asset that we've been using for an enemy, to stand in place for an enemy, which has been a bat with something new, just something different. So I have decided, and I just realized, first arbitrarily so, at first I was like, okay, we already have flying enemies that shoot spells in a very specific pattern. These are like, the bat, we have like flying books that have little tiny eyeballs over where the, you know how when you open up a book, and there's that little space between the pages and the binding that opens up sometimes when you open it up like super wide? They're little flying books, and there's eyeballs that like peek out from the little space between the binding and the pages, which is cool and fun. I'm happy about that. But yeah, I need to replace these bat enemies. So my thought was, I mean, I guess I could just make bats, and then I was like, maybe I can make origami cranes, and I was like, oh, that might be kind of hard to express in pixel art at the kind of size. We want these enemies to be presumably kind of small. So I was like, okay, so not that. I was like, okay, so what can I do? And then I thought about it, I was like, butterflies. What if I just make them butterflies? We're in imagination fantasy land, make-believe, right? We're in the land of make-believe. Why shouldn't I just friggin' throw some butterflies in there, right? Why the heck not? That sounds fun. Sanditon Park ruins. So we went to these ruins and we got that memory at these ruins, didn't we? We were wandering around here not but a couple episodes ago. Or something. I think. Oh, well, this is dipping into Hyrule territory, so let's keep things on the straight and narrow. We're gonna go over here. Gonna go to Dowlight Forest. One right there. One right here. And then one in these woods. Cool. First things first, purple. Yeah, but but then I just thought about it, and I'm like, okay, so like these enemies pop up in the first area, which is like which is going to be like a library of sorts, at least for our demo area. It's like a library of sorts. I was like, well, just freaking, just make him, a rock? Is this really it? It always cracks me up to still find the single rock Koroks. I'm gonna come up here and check this out just to see. I'm pretty sure it is though, right? Because this is a cutscene with or the memory with Zelda confiding in Link about her sort of being resolute and deciding to go to the Spring of Wisdom because it was going to be her 17th birthday, and that being their last-ditch effort. But before that, they were talking about horses. And she was like, oh, I think I will dress my horse up in some cute little armor. I wasn't going to. I wanted him to earn it. It's like, okay, Zelda, all right. It's a horse. Whatever you say. But I mean, moments like that. Link stoically just sort of looking and nodding his head as people spout poetic at him is kind of hilarious to me. Anyways, yeah, I just realized though, because like the book theme, butterfly in the sky, I can fly twice as high. Just take a look, it's in a book. Reading Rainbow, right? Like, butterfly is it kind of works in this, in a very different way if you think about it. So yeah, I think instead of having bat enemies, which feels a lot more like a Castlevania move, I already have sheeple. Sheeple just being sheep, like little tiny sheep slash rams, that look like they were just asleep all the time, because the whole idea is, well, you're in the land of the sort of world where art and dreams and imagination spring to life, right? So, you know, sheep, like your Goomba enemies, right? Should be like the sheep that you count before you go to sleep. I think that's my headcanon for them. I think that was a cool sort of idea. I think the flying books instead of like a bat is a good idea, and then I think having an alternate flying enemy being like butterflies, I guess, just in reference to Reading Rainbow, because why the heck not, right? Oh, not a turnip. But why not a turnip? Why do you guys only want apples all the time? Yeah, I will say too, obviously you're not meant to get as much stuff as I have been getting. Clearly by design, the game has long since hit its limit. As far as it's long since hit its limit as far as like what it intended, what it intends you to collect, right? Because I've been getting the same set of royal armor and the same set of royal weapons for like 20 to 30 hours now. I was looking in because I'm editing. I'm editing like I'm on part like 20 something that I'm editing together, which is crazy to me that's normally where in the 20s is where every single other game has ended up until now, which is funny to me. But yeah, I'm in part like 20 something, and and I saw what weapons I have equipped. Well, like what kind of weapons I have equipped. It's freaking Lionel and royal weapons, which is exactly what I have now. I've been only able to collect these weapons for a very long time now. And then when I get new weapons, they're just replacements for these weapons. The game is clearly supposed to have been beaten by now, right? You're not supposed to go around and collect everything. So I don't blame the game fully for this, although I do hope, in general, there is a greater... just a greater sense of, just a greater progression of things in the next game. I hope the progression system is just better in the next game, or maybe this could be entirely possible. Maybe the progression system is going to be completely replaced or absolved by the fusion system now. It's entirely possible. Certainly entirely possible. Which I think would also just be good then. Oh, look at the sky. I love the sky in this game. When it gets like a little overcast, a little cloudy. Reminds me of when I grow up. It's my favorite kind of weather. I have grown since I've gotten older. I have grown to enjoy just like plain sunny days. Clear, like bright blue sky sunny days, you know. Yeah, it's kind of crazy to think of that, like, you know, the sky is like a very deep blue, and that's like normal to us. But it being such a strong, solid color like that is pretty... Oh, that rock is just gone. Okay. Round 2 and 3 might as well, I suppose. One of these will work, because if it doesn't, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Oh. Oh, thank goodness it just flew out of the way of this one. Yeah, that's right. You go do your thing and be annoying. Get in there, pal. We're gonna wrap over here first because these ones are kind of out of the way. Heck yeah, baby, let's go. Now, that is to say, there are still better weapons to get, because obviously, like, we have, like, this. Now, the Royal Guard weapons don't have very great durability. But clearly, I think these do not spawn anywhere except for inside the castle, it seems, right? Which is also the problem with why, you know, like the story goes, if you headed to the castle first, got all the best stuff in the game, well, that is the best stuff in the game. So, I mean, like, just think about it this too. We ran out of stuff to get we ran out of upgrades from Pura instantly, like soon after meeting her. Look at these trees. Look how big they are. I kind of love them. They're kind of goofy looking. They're a little thick. If I could be so bold as to say. These trees kind of got me acting up a little bit. No, I'm not horny for trees yet. I have yet to meet a tree that had made me horny, but there's always time. But yeah, it's like, so obviously if you went to the castle first, not to mention the castle is just an amazing that's why I went to it so early in this playthrough. I've gone to it twice now throughout this playthrough. Because the castle's cool. The castle's really, really cool. It is amazing. It is one of my most fun. Going to the castle early is a fond and easy like positive memory or experience to have in this game for sure. In the same way that, like, doing special challenges, like doing Eventide Isle, discovering the dragons, doing the Master Sword trials, anything that sets you back to being incredibly weak and working at low resources, Again, but thinking about this, oh my gosh, my eyes. I've been thinking about this, like, it's what makes RE4 so good. RE4 is all about resource management, and the resource management is done so well, it makes all the choices you make in every single fight in the game mean something. It's all meaningful. It's... And, like, just another game, to cite the same thing about, like, managing resources, making meaningful choices, to a lesser extent, right? Because you kind of have, like, a decent stockpile, but Star Fox Assault, I realized I kind of enjoy I like my favorite moments in that game are obviously flying around in the R-Wing. Because flying around in R-Wing and being like, you know, fighting in big space battles is like the coolest thing. It's the coolest thing about Star Fox, you know. I love like on-rail shooters like that. I don't know. There's not many like that or any like. People don't make games like that, which I think is kind of a shame. Maybe I'll get to change that someday if me and my friend's gaming company picks up and we actually get to continue making games lucratively. Because, you know, here's the thing: we're making this game because because we want to. But at some point, you got to get some money, you know. So, but we'll see. What is this? Can't place any more pins. Where's the dragon? I'm confused. Where's the dragon? Huh. No idea where the wind was picking up from. Couldn't find the dragon anywhere. These are some interesting little woods. Get him, Link, get him. Ugh. Nice, first try, let's go. The easiest one in the game, maybe, but still did it, though. Oh. What's a big metal rock in the... What's a big metal rock for? Ooh, giant boomerang? Oh, I had a spot for it. Oh, right, my club broke. Oh, cool. But yeah, in Star Fox Assault, even the ground battles, there's an added layer of satisfaction to them because you're running around trying to collect like different kinds of weapons, and from one moment to another, you're swapping between weapons, trying to like manage relatively limited resources and use them like effectively against, you know, assortments of weapons that are constantly changing, you know? And that's what makes that game satisfying. Like, so, the fact that they made ground combat in Star Fox, in my opinion, work at all, is, kinda says something, you know? Okay, alright. I'm sorry, what? That's different. Cool. Got a thing covered in thorns. Is the only thing on the top of this that spear? Because that's just like a forked Lazal spear? Oh. Silent Princess. You really don't see those very often at all. You only usually see them in like some key locations. I forgot. I don't want to use my Daruk's protection on freaking bees, but not on bee stings. Of course, it starts raining the moment I need fire. I feel like that happens every time. I'm not saying rain needs to be taken out. I'm just saying you need to keep it the heck away from me. Or let me control it. Give me some Song of Storms. Give me an instrument. Nintendo, you haven't given me an instrument. And I hate you for it. No, I don't hate. I try not to hate anybody. I don't know if I've been effective at it, but I'd certainly try. But you know what? All you can do in life is try. So. And if somebody tries to tell you otherwise, then hate them. Direct all your hatred towards that person. Screw that guy. Honey. Okay, but where's the thing of... Oh, it's on this thing. Of course it is. I should have figured. There you go. Oh. A little different. Almost killed myself. Keyword almost. I want to go back to that side. There's a little hut on top of that mushroom thing, the mushroom rock. And I didn't notice that before. That seems interesting. There is also apparently a shrine over there, so. Well, first things first. Let's get this because it's kind of out of the way from all the other ones. All the other ones are on, that we need to pick up on this side. We'll do this in a way that makes sense. Go over there, go over there. Shrine somewhere right here. That hut probably, the hut and whoever was in it, presumably, probably has something to do with the shrine that's supposed to be over there. So we will see. Maybe I should pick up some speedrunning techniques just for some movement. I feel like the amount of times it would probably take me to pull one trick off, though, would just make it take longer than if I had just walked over to a spot normally. Oh. Okay, got that. Go to the green. Anything over here? I heard somebody complaining about poppin'. So that poppin' bothers them in games, but then like bunch of lit torches down here. But like every game has poppin'. So like I don't know. Like I mean, hey, if you're frustrated at poppin' in games across the board, that's fine. But let's not act like this game has uniquely bad poppin', or just like it having poppin' at all is bad. I don't know. I feel like it has become kind of like. It's funny because the initial reception for this game was like, you know, it was winning awards, and part of that was because it was Zelda and Nintendo, and they made a game that was completely unlike anything, right? So let's say this game actually was complete trash, which I really don't think it is. But after so many years later, people have really just like gotten into the habit of just trashing on this game completely. Like just kind of like needlessly so. I would say not to a degree that is warranted. There are some AAA games that get a whole lot of praise, that have a whole lot of problems. That it would be very fair to complain about those problems. Like for instance, I walked away from God of War Ragnarok having a great time. I think it's a great game. It's a super fun game. I love the story. I love the evolution of the characters. Game had me crying. Game had me crying in the club, just straight up. It's a great game. It's very fun too. I would not recommend 100%ing it. I didn't have a lot of fun going out of my way to do that. Although there were some like extra fights that you get for doing so that are good. They are good fights. Although here's the thing. I played on normal difficulty. I saw somebody play on hard difficulty. Looked awful. Looked just the worst. I wouldn't recommend doing that either. But on normal difficulty, by the time you get to the end of the game, it just kind of becomes like, hey, spam all of your specials all at once, just nonstop. Just spam like you've never spammed in a video game before. And so that was kind of, you know, it sort of trivialized combat. Not that the whole game was like super baby easy, just that like there was a sort of imbalance in the late game. But even then, that's totally fine too. Here's the thing though. Do I think the way the game spends its time in the narrative is perfect? No, not at all. I think the game really wants to just meander around with like the characters and go do anything pertaining to the main plot. And here's the thing. I had a great time spending time with those characters doing those things. But in a game called God of War Ragnarok, boy, was there a huge lack of Ragnarok happening. Spoiler alerts. Even when you get to Ragnarok, there are some scenes before it which are really good. The speech scene before it, I've seen people say this and I agree, is bad. It is not a satisfying hoorah like it's framed like it's supposed to be. The dialogue, which was weird because the dialogue in the rest of the game is very, very good. Dialogue in that scene, not great. For some reason everything everybody says is really kind of dull. Does it really get you in the mood? I can't imagine it would get any of the people who are about to go fight in Ragnarok in the mood to go risk their lives. Okay, I understand. You've knocked me down. I'm gonna get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. And then Ragnarok is incredibly short. It's the shortest part of the game. I thought that once we got to Ragnarok, it was gonna be that insert disc 2 moment, you know, of like, okay, now we're in it. Now this is war. No, it's like, it's one sequence, and you haven't been spending the game. You haven't been. My boy. How did I know? I had a feeling when I saw this thing over here and saw there was gonna be a shrine. Was that a shooting star? Oh, crud. Everybody stay calm. Almost never happens. You gotta get a shooting star when it happens. I've had the worst luck with shooting stars. Oh. He was the one flying around here. But yeah, and another thing, you haven't been spending any time in the game recruiting people to fight in Ragnarok with you. So when everybody comes in, there's no Avengers moment, right? It feels like that's what it wants to be. Not that every movie should strive to be Avengers Endgame necessarily, right? I'm just saying that, like, what Avengers Endgame did was it rallied all of these characters together. So when that final scene is about to happen, you're looking at everybody popping up and you're like, I know these characters. I've seen these characters. I either like or acknowledge the importance of these characters. Holy crud. This is amazing. Everybody gets a little bit of screen time. Everybody gets their, hey, I'm here too. Hey, I'm here too. Moment, and it's awesome. You just don't get that in God of War Ragnarok when Ragnarok starts. There's no big rallying of the troops. You have a handful of characters that you've meandered around with for most of the game. And then you have a bunch of just faceless drones to go and die immediately. And in fact, what happens in Ragnarok is, like, the armies that you're supposed to have, like, there at that moment to come in, they do this, they make the baffling choice of having most of them get wiped out before they even get to join the battle. Which is just depressing. Like, it's so unsatisfying. And I understand. Don't get me wrong. When the moon bleeds. Cass's journal. Oh. Here's the thing. Really quick. I understand that the game is a big dramatic game, big strong message about, you know, about breaking a cycle of violence and being better than your previous ancestors, and in generational trauma, and war is bad, and bad things happen in war. And I understand. I get that. You can have your cake and eat it too. You can show things and get the point across that this stuff is bad and should not be celebrated, and still have your big war moment, especially when the war is caused by the bad guy that everybody's trying to fight to get to. I'm very much a have your cake and eat it too guy. I'm very much a get the point across. You know, it's like the broken hero trope, you know, that people have really fallen in line with, of like, oh, we want to watch our heroes become human and broken and be troubled by the things they've gone through. You know what Wolverine did? I'm sorry, Logan did? Amazingly, it both gave us a broken, shattered X-Men world where Wolverine is shambling around, barely holding it together. His metal bones are killing him. His healing factor's going out. He doesn't have long for this world. And a mortal man is facing his humanity. And then at the very end, despite all of that, we still get the amazing moment where we get to see not Logan, but Wolverine one more time on the screen. Just one more time. Why can't we do that? Why is it so hard to just... I mean, at the end of the day, I understand you have things you want to do, and messages you want to get across. But like, at the end of the day, though, right? Everybody just wants to have fun too, right? Like we want to be entertained, right? We want to have fun with these kinds of with these kinds of media, you know. All of that I wish to say is that like I think there's fair criticism for even the best games, whether it be God of War, Last of Us Part 1 or 2, any game that people have like high praise for, Elden Ring even, you know. I'm sure there's even things in Resident Evil 4. I'm sorry, the quests in the new Resident Evil 4 remake to go around and hunt down rats. Are we really going back to kill all the rat quests? Come on. That's not, I don't care how much you like that game, we can all agree, running around killing rats in these huge environments, backtracking to kill rats in these huge environments, that's not that great. That's not that cool. I don't know. That all seems a little silly to me. Anyways, Cass's journal, which I did not know there was a journal for Cass in this game. I'll leave here a record of my search for the ancient songs of Hyrule. Ancient songs of Pagos Woods. It seems that a song has been passed down through the ages in the Pagos Woods area of Faerun. Oh, so if you come here and find this journal, you could take note of all the places he's gonna mention. Interesting. The song references a mythical creatures such as dragons and giant serpents. I wonder if such creatures really ever existed. Or perhaps they still exist today. Cass, did you not see Din flying off in the distance? You've been all around Hyrule, you haven't caught one of these dragons flying around? They're really hard to miss. Ancient Song of West Hyrule Plains. On the south side of West Hyrule Plains, there's a bridge called Jeddo Bridge. Near the bridge, there are a number of circular rocks with holes in their centers. Oh, we did that. Peculiarly enough, these rocks are apparently mentioned in an ancient song from the area. It sounds rather odd, but I hope to find out more about this ancient rock song. Ancient rock song. Ancient Song of Rabia Plain. Apparently Rabia Plain in the northern part of Atino is home of an ancient song about beasts. Oh, I remember this one, yeah. Rabia Plain is northeast of Kakariko Village. I'll likely stop by the village during my search for the song. Ancient Song of Gerudo Tower. Oh, I haven't been here yet. I've heard word there's an ancient song about a tall structure called Gerudo Tower. I don't know where this Gerudo Tower is, but mysterious towers have popped up all around Hyrule recently. This Gerudo Tower may be the tower that appeared in the Gerudo region. Well, I doubt that. The Ancient Song of Kalora Lake. Apparently there's an ancient song about a giant boulder in the Kalora Lake in the Faerun region. I hear that area is prone to violent thunderstorms. I'll need to prepare before I go searching for that song. Oh, the stone that we broke, yeah. The Ancient Song of Hoenn Lagoon. I hear that there's an ancient song about a place in Lanayru called Hoenn Lagoon. The winds of Hoenn Lagoon are supposed to be very intense. I may need to travel the area on foot. I remember that one. Ancient Song of Kitano Bay. It seems there was an ancient song about an oddly shaped stone pillar in the open water of Kitano Bay. It details something that was hidden there before the Great Calamity to be claimed by a lost hero. Although I searched forever for that one. Oh my gosh, I was so annoyed when I finally found it too. It was right there the whole time. It's really easy to hide magnesis things, magnesable things underwater. Don't get me wrong. I'm not sure what's hidden there, but if it's meant for a lost hero, it must be worth a fortune. It was not a fortune compared to what I just have by wandering around. The Ancient Song of Wash's Bluff. I've heard whispers of an ancient song about the Night of the Red Moon, traditionally sung in Wash's Bluff, which is where we are right now. No one quite knows why the Red Moon rises, or what happens in the span of that night. These are all the ancient songs that I have discovered. I will continue my journey, hoping to day will come when I can pass them on to the champion of Hyrule. You don't say. Well, Cass, you are doing a very good job. Hey, buddy. Oh. Excuse me, was that a bit rough on the ears?
Oh.
Ah, you've done well climbing all the way up here. You know, I know a song about this place. Would you like to hear the ancient verse passed down in this region? Let's hear it.
Oh.
Excellent. Without further ado. Ooh, different part of the song. When the moon bleeds. I know what that means. When the moon bleeds and fiends are reborn, the monks will invite you as they have sworn. But you must first stand on the pedestal bare with nothing between you and the night air. I think I understand. This is kind of funny. Nothing between me and the night air? Nobody look at this. Everybody turn away. This isn't for your eyes. Thing is, we gotta make a blood moon rise now. I see a red moon rising. I don't know how many days it's been since the last blood moon. We got one last episode. It's been a couple days since then. Was it every 5 days? Every 4 days? Well, this is gonna take a sec, so I will see you when we get this going, I guess. Please forgive them. They know not what they say. Oh, of course the toy mountain's all glowing now. Well, you know what? I mean, no blood moon, right? Not from what I can see, I don't see a moon at all, which I don't understand, but oh well. Might as well, go hit up the Satori Mountain. Now that it's finally glowing again. Probably shouldn't ride up naked, although it's a holy place. Maybe you have to. Maybe I should remove my earthly belongings from me, right? Nah, you know what? Let's dress for success. Music. I didn't know there'd be special music just for this place. Yo, if the next game has a bunch of music like this, Lord of the Mountain. Oh, it's got 2 different heads. Haunting visage. It's so strange. I don't. The music is not. It's not just atmospheric. It's specifically kind of like sinister almost. What you can do. Oh. You're holding on to the white fur in the back. Look at this guy. I mean, it's just strange. The markings on it. I wonder if these guys will have some sort of significance in the next game. Why is the music so sinister? You know, if this kind of music is at all an indicator of what's to come when the next with all the music that's going to be in the next game, from what we heard in the demo, seemed like a lot more music now. Then it's super exciting. Oh, I'm sorry, bud. Listen to the sounds of it too as it runs. I actually didn't get the Lord of the Mountain as a mount. Well, you know what? I feel like what we need to do. I feel like we need to take it to a stable. What's the nearest stable? I guess it would be this one over here. Because, I mean, listen. You cannot register the Lord of the Mountain as a horse, obviously. But gosh dang it, if this isn't just the coolest thing. He doesn't fight you either. I've noticed. I don't have to keep soothing him like the wild horses. Oh, he just has stamina forever. Look how quickly it recharges. I can't even use it. Stay away. This almost sounds like bells too. The glimmering. I don't even know why it lists him as having 5 of these to use. Or 5 charges to use. No, you can't give me normal prancing horse music for this. Do you see what I'm writing right now? Oh man. Oh, there's the moon. Okay, so it's a crescent right now. Well, it'll only be a blood moon when it's full, so it'll be something to remember. I mean, this is like let's look the part, I suppose, right? Like, let's get the vibes going. Yeah. Whoa. This Link does look good in Twilight Princess Link's garb, I will say. It like suits him more. It fits his like body type more than Wind Waker Link's. Oh, you a salesman? Oh, whoops. Hey, how's it going? What's wrong? Oh, don't fall. That's alright. Oh, wait. Oh, he vanished. Ah, we don't get the special dialogue then. Okay. Nice and safe thanks to you, Yamo. Here, take this. Oh, thanks. Say, do you have any expensive metal gear on you? Wait, what? No, no, it's not like that. It's just lightning strikes these hero parts pretty often. Oh, strikes these hero parts pretty often, you see? So if you hear a rumbling in the sky, you best be unequipping any metal gear. That's all I was meaning. Oh, hey, got enough foodstuffs for your journey? Best not to tempt running low. So why not take a look at what I've got? Fixing to buy, looking to sell. It's framed different because she has an axe. She's got a little bit of a twang to her. That's funny. A little bit of a country twang to her. If it's rice you need, I'm your gal. Take your time browsing. I'll take all this, honestly. Well, I may close early today. You can't close. You're not a store. You're just a lady. You seem nice, Yamo. I'm glad I was able to save you from some skeletons. That's it. Stopping by. See you down the road. Yeah, see you later. Good luck with everything, I guess. Yeah, this fit just looks good. If I had to pick one of them so far, although I mean I still have 2 incompleted ones. Oh wait, I do have don't I have all Ocarina of Time? Oh, you know what? This ain't bad either. Oh, it's weird seeing with this hairstyle and stuff. It's weird seeing this Link again, but not in 64. This looks good though. Maybe this one. Are you okay? Oh, you're lost? Excuse me, do you know which way I should go if I wanted to get to the Gerudo Desert? Yeah, I know. Oh, good. Was fortunate enough to meet a soul like you. Now I can bring something valuable back for my journey. It's your head. I have a laser sword. Did you know that? Hey, Yamo, you okay? You okay, Yamo? Sorry about that. That happens to me sometimes. Give me some money back. I appreciate that. Anywho, what the heck were we doing? Oh, Wash is buff, right. Okay, it's a good thing I have that marking there still. Anyways, when Blood Moon happens, I'll poof us to Blood Moon. See you in a bit. It's happening, everybody stay calm. Stay calm. It's happening. Oh. Nicotine boy. Here I am. For you, monks. Only for you. Was that it? I just had to stand on it? Jeez, it took a while. Apparently... you know what? Apparently, though... if you go to... just activate it. Hey, wait a minute. I have to know though. Apparently, if you go to a stable, I was looking up just to make sure that I was gonna get the I was doing the right thing. Like I could just pass time to get the Blood Moon. I was wondering like how many days it would be, and it just said a couple. But it also said that apparently under the Blood Moon, like certain things happen. So like between a certain time before the Blood Moon actually starts. Ah, so nothing between you and the night air meant naked.
Oh.
Boldly standing naked on the pedestal. It's definitely reminiscent of the hero of legend. Is it? Take care, may the light illuminate your path. Is it? Is that something the hero of legend would do? There was something interesting. It said affects NPCs. Some NPCs, Hino's Dueling Peak stable. Hold on, let's check this out. Said the blood moon affects things, which I think is Dueling Peak stable. We're gonna see if we can catch this. Hino, I remember Hino. Hino's the one who mentions the blood moon to us. I remember a character mentioning that to us. But apparently something weird happens with Hino during a blood moon. You get guaranteed bonus cooking effects. How you can have like a critical success sometimes, which we've hardly ever gotten. But oh, let me. Hino?
Hey!
Kid?
Hoy!
Sorry, broker. Where is Hino? Oh, there you go, Hino. Oh, sorry. I didn't notice you. I was a bit lost in thought there. I've been doing vigorous research day and night to figure out the mystery of that blood moon. I've seen it. Oh, you just pretending to know what I was talking about? That's fine so long as you'll listen to me now while I tell you about it. For 100 years now, every so often when the clock strikes midnight, the sky turns red and a full moon rises. At that moment, monsters that had been previously defeated will come back to life. Now that's what is known as a blood moon. Why do the monsters return to life? Why does it only happen when the sky turns red? These are actually really good questions, because I genuinely don't know. No one really has answers to those questions. It's a mysterious phenomenon. If you learn more about the blood moon as you travel, be sure to come back and tell me. Wait, what? What is he? He just started sprinting. Oh, I must have talked to him right before. Oh, this is so weird. You know?
Hey!
What the? My blood is boiling? It's so red, so gloriously red. That's so weird. What other NPCs act strange during the blood moon, though, I wonder? Weird. Well, that was an odd thing to see. Huh. Well, okay. Back to the Mija. I'll have to see what other NPCs. I'm curious. Mija Roki Shrine. Very odd. It's a very weird detail. I guess it makes sense for him to act strange because, but the fact that we finished talking to him, he just started sprinting around, saying his blood was boiling, and he said "Arise, monsters!" Like that's warped, dude. I don't know why. Being curious about monsters, sure, but why are you happy about a modest test of strength? Misha Roki. I guess it makes sense for this one to be a test of strength, I suppose. Well, I've got a monster of my own. Let's do it. This will be for sure the last thing we do this episode. For sure. Crud, man, I'm sorry. What a shame. Ah, you know what though? As much as I think these are cool. Eh. Rather have a giant boomerang. It's cool to be able to throw a giant boomerang around. Although, it is impractical. Still cool though. Frostblade. Ooh. Oh, that's actually a, you know what? You know what? I'll get rid of one of these. I have so many. For like a quick way to, like a really quick frost weapon like this? Yeah. It's a broadsword. You rarely ever see these. Neat. Awesome. And with that, this comes to an end. If you liked this, press all the buttons. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell to get notified of more things in the future. If you want to see more things in the future, next time, we will probably finish up this region. Yeah, for sure finish up this region. We got one more shrine. Got a canyon to go, and one more shrine and a bunch of Korok seeds. Maybe finish up this region, and maybe move on to the next after this. We will see. But until then, that's all she wrote for now. I'll see you next time. Don't forget to be kind. Always.